Thanks to the support as a channel member, Michael Beagle. Well, after yesterday's transfer window, we now have 5 legitimate wonder kids at the club, plus plenty of other quality young players who'll probably get there as well. I'm very excited for the season ahead, as long as we can make sure the team cohesion doesn't go out the window. One other thing that's potentially brewing on the horizon as well is this talk of a tycoon takeover. Will that happen today? Who knows? Hello, welcome to Club 2, part 29 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our first 2 games of the season, away against Fulham and at home against Everton. If you missed the transfer special yesterday, the main headline you've missed is all the wonder kids that are now here. These 5 players are the 5 media-described wonder kids that we've got at the club. Usain Homo, who is a defensive midfielder who can also play centre-back or attacking midfield, weirdly. I don't think I'm going to play him attacking midfield very often. Paul Pajoy, who is a right-back that we're training to play as a central midfielder or a defensive midfielder. I think that's probably where his future is. Agustin Quintana, our new goalkeeper. And Damien O'Donoghue, who's been here for a couple of years and has been officially a wonder kid for a little while as well, who apparently his best role is now as an inverted winger, even though he's a right winger, right foot on the right-hand side. Not going to try and understand that. And then lastly, Joshua Daniels, who we brought in right at the end of the transfer special, the £27 million defender from Aston Villa. If you sort by potential, there's loads of good young players here as well. The average age of the squad has dropped down massively, but with it, team cohesion has dropped down to average, and we only have 1 team leader at the club now, Lewis Jackson, who's been here. This is his 4th year at the club, a first couple on loan, and of course now in permanently. So we need a couple of these other guys to step up and become team leaders. I'm looking at you, Alfie Divide and Miles Leeburn. You're the next ones ready to step up, I would suggest. But we need a couple of them to step up, and we need that team cohesion to sort itself out quick. Otherwise, we could have a challenging start to a season. The media still think we're going to struggle in. But fingers crossed we can start brightly. We are going to have to start the season without Leeburn, who's going to be injured for the first couple of weeks, as is our new central midfield partnership. Homo is out for another couple of weeks with his damaged spine that stopped him signing early in the summer, and Oscar has got at least a week out as well with a pulled abdominal muscle. So we're starting Zaruki and Alonso in central midfield today, which doesn't feel like a massive amount of progress. I can understand Burton fans looking at this team thinking we spent £100 million this summer, and we've still got a midfield three of Zaruki, Alonso and Devine. We're playing O'Donoghue up front because we don't have a backup striker. I could understand if there were questions, but I think we've got a good side. So it's Quintana in goal, a back four of Sousa, Smith, Jackson and Daniels. Smith, by the way, is our new captain. He's got 16 for leadership, 6'4". We love a 6'4" defender. I don't know that he's even going to be a regular starter. He's never played for us, but we have a distinct lack of leadership in this squad. So it's between him and Jackson's leadership is only 9. So we went for the guy with the leadership attribute rather than the team leader who's been here 3 years, who's more likely to play. Fingers crossed that doesn't backfire. It's, as mentioned, Zaruki and Alonso in midfield. And then new boy Amo, Amayor, Devine and t'other new boy Angelo all supporting O'Donoghue in his new role, playing as a centre forward. I mean, he's got all of the tools to be a good striker. He's an English wonder kid. Maybe this is the year he breaks out in a new position. We've spent half the summer trying to find a new striker. Imagine if Damien O'Donoghue became that new striker and it turned out that we'd been playing him in the wrong role all along. I mean, it's not the wrong role, it's his natural role. But Angelo could definitely start there. He's a very good player. So all eyes, I guess, on O'Donoghue today. If he has a good performance, Miles Leeburn might need to worry. But I'm pretty worried at the moment because obviously the amount of transfers that we've done, huge amount of player turnover. We're playing a different style of goalkeeper as well. Quintana, not a sweeper keeper, doesn't really like sweeper keeping. So despite being a wonder kid, I'm much better at doing the goalkeeping. We are playing without a sweeper keeper for the first time ever, I think, here at Burton. That could have an impact. We've made a couple of tweaks in other areas as well. So it's going to take us a little bit of time to get up to speed, potentially. I'm Imagine if we just won 4-0. Wouldn't that be lovely? I'd like to win 4-0. I'm putting that out into the universe, asking for a big win today. Zaruki is a very interesting one because he just wasn't starting when he was here on loan last year. For him to be starting on the first day of the season seems like madness. That is a big, deep cross from Daniels. Finds O'Donoghue. It falls to Alfie Devine. And Alfie Devine barely got a goal last year. He was our top scorer in the championship season. He was actually the championship top scorer of the year we got promoted. We've spent all summer training him to play as defensive midfielder because with the lack of goal return, that looked like where his career might be heading. Too good not to play at all, but just wasn't finding the goals last year. But he starts things off straight away, 20 minutes into the season, with a goal. Maybe Alfie Devine just needed a year to acclimatise. Wouldn't that be a thing? O'Donoghue looked lively as well. I mean, it's again a different way of playing all the way through our time here at Burton. We've had a big man up top. First it was Ross Stewart, then it became Miles Leeburn. We've never played with a smaller, faster guy. That's definitely what O'Donoghue is, and maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. It's 1-1. And good. That was that guy's first goal in 19 matches. That's always reassuring when that happens. It's come from a set piece as well, which is unlike us to be conceding from a set piece. And it's so easy as well. 1-1, Fulham back in the game. And now we need this very new look attacking combination to generate something else for us. We've had one shot on target so far and we scored it. I mean, I would be quite happy with a draw today. Away from home, first day of the season, still very much not sure what our best 11 is going to be. Several key players out injured. I take a draw today, so we're not going to be too fussy about throwing men forward as this game goes on. And Zaruki now has the set piece. Of course, we've got Leeburn, who's a big boy. We've got a couple of new defenders that we stole off Aston Villa who've got size to them as well. But it looks like we've won a penalty here. Sousa is brought down in the penalty area. The referee has got his finger in his ear, consulting with his assistant, and the penalty has been awarded. No Joe Powell to take it and miss. He's got out on loan. So Alfie Devine graduates to being our penalty taker. Can he get his second of the game? He can. Alfie Devine has finally arrived in the Premier League, boys and girls. Fulham 1, Burton 2. We've got a lot of fans behind that goal. It was only a year or two back that we wouldn't get that many people turn up for our home games. We are a club that are going places. We're pretending that we're not moving back into the tiny Pirelli in the second half of the season. We've got a big ground in Nottingham that we're going to play in at the start of this season. A tycoon potentially on the way. Oh, my word. This club. We are having some fun here at Burton Albion. But it is Fulham who are now looking to get themselves back into the game again, just knocking the ball around relatively comfortably. The midfield chasing shadows a little bit in there at the moment, and it would be quite handy if somebody could get a tackle in. But we've pressed them quite well. It's gone all the way back to their goalkeeper, and now they're resorting to the long ball. But they actually win the flick on, and they've got him behind us here, and that very nearly worked. Quintana, I think, has made the save there and pushed it behind for the corner, and it is a Fulham corner. Half an hour to go in the game, and it's Fulham with another set piece. They, of course, scored from a free kick, actually, not a corner, I think, but they've scored from a set piece already, and that is a wild shot that's gone very wide. I don't really know what I can see what he's trying to do. It just absolutely did not come off. We've had 2 shots on target and scored them both so far, which, we are flattering ourselves a little bit with the scoreline, but we'll take it. We said we'd take a draw. We absolutely take a win. If we can somehow find a way to come here and rob one off of Fulham, we will have that all day long. Right, we've got a few players who we are going to take off. I see the plan was to drop Devine back at this point in the game. We could bring Pajoy on to play there, but he's really not trained up enough to do it yet. I'm still going to do it, even though Devine's on a hat-trick. We're still going to do that. That was the plan all the way through, so we could then bring on a Dumbo Mazambo as a new option for us in the attacking midfield. We've also got the rest of the 3 here not playing particularly well. O'Donoghue can go out onto the right-hand side, and we'll bring on Solari to play up front, one of our new boys. In fact, we might stick Solari out there, bring on Pocho, and we'll stick O'Donoghue back up front. So Solari's going to go on the left as an inside forward. Completely new look 3 behind him. Let's see if we can generate a few more chances, because 5 shots suggests, despite the fact we're 2-1 up, that we haven't really created very much. So what was on there wasn't necessarily working, even though we're winning the game. 10 minutes to go. Let's swap things up again. Pajoy's going to come on and make his debut at right back. I've not forgotten about Dubai. Don't worry, he'll get his chance soon enough. And we are going to bring on one of our young players, Ionita, to play left back as well. So 2 very untried fullbacks to try and see the game out. But remember, Pajoy, we did turn down an offer from Barcelona. Within a month of him being at the club, Barcelona were trying to take him from us. That is problematic. We don't have any further substitutions to make. We don't have a centre-back on the pitch. Alonso, I guess, is going to have to drop back. He is 5'8". Yeah, this isn't ideal at all. Alonso's going to have to drop back. Mazambo's going to have to drop back. And we've got to get through 5 minutes playing a 5'8" midfielder at centre-back alongside 3 defenders and a goalkeeper who've never played together before and are all on their debut. I mean, if we survive this, we're winning the Champions League this year, even though we're not in it. Because this is madness if we manage to survive this, but I think we're going to. There's not going to be another highlight. That's a nice little ground out result for the first day of the season. A 2-1 away win. That is big. We're not getting relegated this year, no chance. And now we get to have a look at the Peter Shilton Stadium, very imaginatively named, in Nottingham. There's never been an actual Premier League football match played there before. Presumably it's one of those that was built for the Euros. And let's go and see how many people we can fit into a 42,000 capacity stadium. The game keeps showing me Wonder Kids. I can't buy any more Wonder Kids. I've got no money left. This would be a lovely spot to cut to the Tycoon takeover happening. So exciting news. Pajoy has signed his new contract, which puts his minimum fee release clause up to 22 million. So if he does get nicked by a big club now, at least we don't lose him for £3 million. We'll get some decent money for him. Similar to O'Donoghue, there was no way to do the contract without there being a release clause in. It's almost as if these Wonder Kids know their worth and don't want to get trapped at Burton, which I guess makes a lot of sense. So he's tied down. We've also signed Pau Kubasi, the Barcelona defender that we were looking at before, 2 caps for Spain. And he's also played for both Stoke and Norwich. So we know he can do it in England as well. And played 1 game for Barcelona as well last season before joining Norwich on loan. Got 7 assists as well, which is interesting. He is suspended today because he got sent off, presumably, the end of last season for Norwich. But he joins us on loan until the end of the season, then joins permanently for £5.5 million next summer. He's as good as any defender we've got. He can play defensive midfield as well. So we've got him in there as another good defensive option. I think our defence is probably finished now, even though star rating wise, apparently we're still weak at fullback. We've got a lot of very good, young, talented players with lots of potential, so I'm not too worried about that. Very, very happy with this squad as it is currently. Fingers crossed we can do wonderful things with it. We've made a few changes for the Everton game. Then Homo's fit enough to start, so he's going to start at the base of the midfield alongside Zaruki. He can only do 75 minutes, but we will monitor him. He is coming back from a damaged spine, so we don't want to risk breaking him. And we're also bringing Avalos back in to go alongside Smith at the back, because Lewis Jackson has picked up an injury. Daniels continues out for now at right back, but I suspect his long-term future is going to be at centre-back. And we've obviously got Dubai that we spent a lot of money on this summer, and we know he's great for our promotion season. So we don't want to keep him out of the team for too long. That, boys and girls, is the Peter Shilton Stadium, and it's very empty. How many people have we actually got here? We've had 17,000 people turn up. To be fair, it's probably more than I thought there would be. It doesn't justify being at a stadium like this permanently just yet. I mean, we've had to travel, 45 minutes, an hour or so from Burton to Nottingham. Maybe not that far. How long does it take to get from Burton to Nottingham? So it's a bit of a trek, but 17,000 people to turn up. We don't know how many of them are away fans. And what it does show is that even when we move back to the Pirelli, it's Pirelli, isn't it? Move back to the Pirelli at 7,500 capacity. That's just not going to be big enough. So I think we do need to be looking at either renting a ground on a more permanent basis. Derby would have made a lot more sense than coming all the way to Nottingham, but who am I to make these decisions? Or I don't know if there's more expansion capacity. I don't know what the expansion capacity of the Pirelli is, but 7,500 is just not going to be good enough. Zaruki then in midfield plays it out to Daniels, who got an assist in the last game playing at right back, plays it into Angelo. There's O'Donoghue, and has he stayed on side? I mean, O'Donoghue is looking lively as a centre forward. Maybe he's a striker. Wouldn't that be a thing? I mean, we're spending a lot of money on Angelo. It's been disallowed. Angelo's the highest paid player at the club and potentially a backup right midfielder when everybody is fit. So it wouldn't be the end of the world if this ended up being a permanent arrangement if it starts to click. And it's certainly, they both looked sharp there. Well, of course, one of the reasons they looked sharp is because O'Donoghue had got himself offside. So it's quite easy to look sharp when you have a positional advantage because you started from an offside position. But we're not going to get bogged down in those kind of details. What we're hopefully going to do is build on it and go and grab ourselves a goal. That would be jolly nice. We weren't able to get one though. Did I think I might have clicked on the wrong button there. I was certainly aiming in what I thought was the right place. I don't think a huge amount of this is Everton fans. The Everton end looks just as empty as our part of the ground as well. It is a little bit depressing playing a Premier League football match in a ground that's more than half empty. It doesn't look great, does it? But it's still the biggest home attendance in our history. O'Donoghue is in that time, and that is a finish, and he's offside again. He's learning the position. He's still only an accomplished striker. Has he managed to stay on this time? He has not. Okay. He is potentially going to be quite frustrating playing up front. He just goes a little too early. Yeah, he's well offside again. That's twice now. He's been quite significantly offside. So maybe this experiment with him as a striker isn't going to last for too long. We'll see. I mean, he's a decent finisher. He's shown that. He just doesn't have the necessary positional sense currently to start as a Premier League striker, I don't think. It'll come with time. It'll be fine. We're training him to play centre forward. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. Everton have got in behind here and we need to get a tackle in. We didn't get the tackle in. And now Angelo is tired. Homo's going to have to come off as well. And yeah, we're 1-0 down at home. It's not home. It's a neutral venue. Right. Let's make some changes. We're going to go attacking. We're going to take off Angelo and we will bring on for him. I guess we'll bring on Pocho as the known entity. We're also going to take off Homo and Alonso can come on for him. We've got some very tired fullbacks here as well. We'll bring on Debye at right back and Ianita at left back. And we'll leave it there for now because there's still 25 minutes of this match left. It's pretty early to be making 4 substitutions. But Avalos now on the ball, looking for options ahead of him. Remember, he's the man who came in last year and single-handedly saved us in the Premier League. He was fantastic for us at centre-back. Not even a nailed-on starter anymore. O'Donoghue surely this time has stayed on side. If he's had a hat-trick of goals disallowed for offside, I'm going to be fuming. He has stayed on. O'Donoghue has his goal. He's a striker after all. And that's an immediate reply because the players we look to substitute are all still on the pitch as well. So that is pretty much straight from kickoff. And O'Donoghue with the very tidy finish. We will still continue with our tactical changes. And could we maybe go on and win the game now? Wouldn't that be jolly nice? I think we'd all enjoy winning the game from this point, if at all possible. Pocho with a risky tackle inside our area there. And Branthwaite for Everton basically playing as a winger. I'm not really sure what he was doing there. That's been put down as a brilliant save from Quintana, so we take it. We obviously are going to be enjoying the upgrading goalkeeper this season, hopefully, and Zaruki lumps it clear. And I'm looking at what we've got on the bench, wondering who our final change is going to be. There's so much talent down on that bench now. Branthwaite's surely offside there. He looked so far. The ref's not even reviewing it. He looked so far offside. Can we see that from the other angle, please? Right, there. How is he not offside? Is there somebody playing him on? No. Ref? Did it come back off my player? No. Maybe. Yeah, it's off of Avalos. Okay. Not ideal. Let's encourage the tip. We probably should have come off attacking as soon as we got the goal back. Right, Devine is tired. Zaruki's tired. We've got Mold. I mean, it's the same guy would come on for either of them. We'll bring him on in the more attacking position because we want to try and grab an equaliser. We're going to go very attacking. 10, 15 minutes to go. Have we got an equaliser in us? I don't even know how good Everton are. I feel like we shouldn't be losing at home, though. Losing at home is always problematic. But then we have the bonus of winning on the first day. We're still trying to work out who the team is. We still don't have last season's top scorer, Lee Byrne. I'm not desperately unhappy with how that's gone. I am a little bit unhappy we never did hear from that tycoon. He just pretending we don't exist. Now we're being ghosted by a billionaire. That's ever so upsetting. But it is Everton carving out another opportunity. And I think it's gone behind for another corner. We're into the 8th minute of time added on here, and Everton still throwing men forward when they're 1-0 up away from home. They are now taking the sensible decision and go for the short corner and presumably just try and keep the ball in the corner. Why would they not? Yeah, they're just going to keep it. I mean, they're going to work out. I mean, this is a lovely move from them. Although Dubai very nearly manages to nick it off them, but they just need to keep hold of the ball now and see the game out. And they're still trying to score a goal. It's basically cheating scoring a goal there. They should have been seeing the game out. I feel hard done by to be 3-1 down. No flag from you again, ref? No? Brilliant. We're a work in progress. I have no idea where we're going to finish this year. Let me know down in the comments where you think we'll finish. That was a frustrating performance. Can we have the tycoon now, please? Oh, by the way, because I know, is he playing well? The one that got away? No, he's not. That's all right then. Because I know loads of you are going to question it based on all the transfers that we've done, just to demonstrate we haven't run up a massive transfer debt here. £35 million total transfer debt for a club in their second season in the Premier League. I'll take that. We are running at a massive profit on FFP over the last 3 years. We're no Nottingham Forest, boys and girls. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.